You wake up. The room looks exactly right, your ceiling, your lamp, your curtains. But you cannot move. Not a finger. Not an eyelid. Something is standing in the corner, and it is watching you, and the air in your chest feels like concrete. You try to scream. Nothing comes out. What is happening inside your brain right now is one of the strangest things a human body can do to itself, and almost every person alive has either felt it or will. Let us go back about 90 minutes before that moment, because this story starts long before you open your eyes. Every night, your brain cycles through stages of sleep. The deepest, wildest stage is called REM, which stands for rapid eye movement. A researcher named Nathaniel Kleitman and his student Eugene Aserinsky discovered and named the REM stage in 1953 at the University of Chicago. And what they found changed everything we thought we knew about sleep. During REM, your brain is almost as electrically active as when you are fully awake. You are dreaming. Your emotions are firing. Your visual cortex is running movies. But your body is completely offline. Here is why, and this is the part that sounds like science fiction, but is completely real. Your brainstem sends a chemical signal, mainly using a neurotransmitter called glycine, that physically paralyzes your skeletal muscles. Every voluntary muscle, the ones you use to walk, wave, punch, every single one, locked. Scientists call this REM atonia. The reason it exists is brilliant and a little dark. It stops you from acting out your dreams. Without REM atonia, you would literally sprint, fight, and fall out of bed every single night. Studies on people with a condition called REM sleep behavior disorder, which switches atonia off, confirm this exactly. They do act out their dreams. One man described punching his bedpost while dreaming he was playing football. So during normal REM, your brain is awake and your body is a statue. Perfect system. Until the timing goes wrong. Sleep paralysis happens when your conscious mind switches on before the muscle lockout switches off. You are awake enough to see your room, awake enough to feel your body, but the glycine signal is still holding every muscle frozen. The average episode lasts between 1 and 6 minutes. That sounds short. It does not feel short. But here is the part that stops people cold. Why the monster? Your brain hates an empty room. This is not a figure of speech. The human visual system, deprived of clear sensory input in the dark, starts filling the gaps using memory, pattern recognition, and threat modeling. Your amygdala, the almond-shaped cluster deep in your brain that fires the alarm for danger, is already supercharged during REM. Now it is awake. It is in the dark. Your body is not responding, and it is getting no movement signals from your muscles. The amygdala does not wait for evidence. It produces a threat. Specifically, it tends to produce a human-shaped threat, because for most of human evolutionary history, the most dangerous thing in the dark was another person. The result is one of the most consistent hallucinations ever recorded across all of human history. A figure, a shadow, something in the doorway, or sitting on your chest. Researchers call this the intruder hallucination, and it shows up in practically every culture that has documented sleep paralysis. The old hag in Newfoundland folklore, the kanashibari in Japan, documented in medical literature as early as the 17th century, the jinn in Islamic tradition, the popobawa in Zanzibar, the incubus and succubus in medieval Europe, described in writings going back to 1307. Same figure, same chest pressure, different names, every single one. That chest pressure has its own explanation, and it is almost elegant once you hear it. During REM, your breathing shifts to a shallow, irregular pattern controlled by automatic systems, not voluntary muscle effort. When you try to breathe deeply and your chest muscles will not cooperate, your brain interprets the resistance as weight. Something is sitting on you. Nothing is there. Your own neurology is generating the sensation of a physical object pressing you into the mattress. Now stack all of this together. You cannot move. You cannot scream. There is a figure you can see but cannot identify. Something heavy is on your chest. Your amygdala is reading all of this and producing pure, unfiltered terror. And because the dreaming parts of your brain are still half active, the hallucination can get more detailed the longer it lasts. Researchers at Cambridge and at Harvard have both documented that around 58% of sleep paralysis episodes include visual hallucinations, and about 40% produce what they describe as a sensed presence, a feeling of something in the room so strong that people locate it in a specific corner or behind a specific door. Hypnagogic hallucinations happen at the edge of falling asleep. Hypnopompic hallucinations happen at the edge of waking up. Sleep paralysis sits exactly in that second window. Your brain is not broken. It is doing exactly what it evolved to do, running threat detection, pattern filling, alarm responses. But it is doing all of it about 4 minutes too early, before the rest of the system catches up. The most important thing to know if this happens to you, focus on one small muscle, a single finger, a toe. Wiggle it, and the signal breaks the loop faster than almost anything else. Dr. Balan Jalal at Cambridge, who has studied sleep paralysis intensively, specifically recommends muscle micro-movements and controlled breathing as the fastest routes out. Your brain built a monster because it was doing its job. Ancient wiring, meeting modern sleep, producing medieval demons. You were never in danger. The shadow in the corner was always you. If your brain just handed you something you did not expect, subscribe and stay close because every video here is another part of you explained.